Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Morning Rush. We are now into the second hour of this morning's edition of Morning Rush, today being the 29th of Dhul Hijjah 1436, the English date once again the 13th of October 2015. This morning, inshallah, we are privileged to have Aslam Mahomed, who is the president of the WMO South Africa. We say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother Aslam.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for joining us this morning. We know it's a hectic morning. You're on your way to the airport with a team of about 34 individuals leaving for England for a kickboxing tournament, and you want to explain to us about this tournament, inshallah.
Yep, it's a tournament held. The actual tournament is on the 16th, 17th, and 18th of October. It's held in a town called Rugby in Warwickshire, and it's a 3-day tournament where we have, like, the first day we have forms and fighting. The second day we have fighting and forms again for the adults, and the third day is the finale.
The team that is embarking on this journey with you, Aslam, you want to take us through that? How many members, male, female, the age groups, etc.?
We are a 34-member team. Age groups, we start from the age 8 and we're going on to the age of 76. We have competitors that are 76 years old that are competing. Our vice president, he's Aslam Mahomed, he's 76 years old. He's participating at the Worlds. We got Shian Mohan Hira, he's 76 competing. We got Kancho Dani Duplessis, 63 competing. We got Shian Jacques, who's 49 competing. We got different, since Akiro 44, and we're going on. We got a lot. We got kiddies from Ahmed Mohammed, Toira Kaji, Saud Razak, all the age, the babies, the 8-year-old categories. We got females, males, all throughout the country. We got them from Durban, Johannesburg. Some of the Cape Townians were supposed to come but couldn't make it. But it's a mixed team. It's a good team, a strong team. It's the inauguration tournament, so inshallah they all do very well.
Inshallah. So basically this is the first time South Africa is sending a team to do kickboxing in England, or how does it work with regards to World Martial Arts?
For World Martial Arts Organization, WMO, WMO South Africa, this is their first team. There's plenty teams that left from different organizations, but this is a fully accredited team, meaning that they have colors, presidential colors from MASA. It's accredited by SASCOC. So it's a solid team, good team. They've been training for 1 whole year now in preparation for this tournament. Been on diets, on and off. We've been shrinking, we've been gaining muscles. So it's all in all, it's a complete package, you know.
You mentioned about accreditation. So this team, again, once you've made mention, they're accredited by the South African government and SASCOC itself. Any funding from them with regards to going on to this tournament?
Regarding kickboxing in South Africa, funding from government, no. If you're on the big sports in the country, the more affluent sports, as I could say, you get funding. Here, it's all individual funding. Private companies have given some of the students sponsorships. I mean, there's some of the students the first time that they're going to be sitting on a plane, first time got a passport, first time. But money-wise, you have to get your own.
Right, and then looking at WMO itself, and what is World Martial Arts, or what is martial arts?
For World Martial Arts, firstly, the founder is Master Alfie Lewis, who's from England. He's a multi-time world champion. He's actually the legend of the ring when it comes to kickboxing. Very humble, very nice man, and he formed this because he didn't want to stay in kickboxing due to accreditation for trying to get into the Olympics. They have pacified, they have watered the sport down. He wanted it to still have the solid techniques, bringing old school back into martial arts. And he formulated WMO, and we, all the different countries, have worked together, and we're having our presidential meeting, inshallah, on this coming Thursday. And we all presidents from different countries will be sitting and discussing the way forward. Regarding the sport, martial arts, kickboxing, the differences between karate and kickboxing. Karate is more, it's a nice sport, but it's because of trying to get into the Olympics, they have watered it down. It's more non-contact, or you could say light, very light contact. There's no shots to the face or anything. Here you're allowed to hit solid, you're allowed to hit to the body, you're allowed to hit to the face. It's a very solid, very intimidating if you don't know the sport. But obviously once you're in the sport, it's you in.
Alright, so basically it's moved away from the passive of karate more to like an active sport in that sense. When it comes to like the age groups that you made mention of 8 and 9, and do they still then hit at that level?
They actually hit more harder than the adults at age 8 and 9. They also, the rules are the same for everyone. You go in the ring, you do your stuff, you fight, and power is there. But also it's controlled. It's not just brutal like cage fighting or those type of things. There's rules. There's no kneeing. There's no elbowing. There's no headbutting. There's no swinging back first. But I mean, you have to land a solid technique. You can't just go and touch someone and expect to get a point. There's two types of categories. One is point fighting, the semi-point fighting, and the other one is the light continuous. The continuous is in bouts, and you fight like the kickboxing in rounds.
And then take us through kickboxing itself. I mean, take us through a day of a kickboxer. For example, yourself. I mean, you might be having many years of experience in kickboxing.
I actually started from an 18-month-old baby.
I know when you told me that, I asked you started crawling at that age.
I actually started most probably kicking before I could start walking. I mean, it's a family sport. My dad has been training from the age 6. He's 76 years old. He's been training for 70 years. He's a competitor at the World Championship. I mean, I have over like 34 years of experience in the sport. We've been a day for a kickboxer. I mean, in this country, you have to work. Kickboxing is not going to pay the bills. Yeah. So you go into class. Basically, you start off with the warm-up. After you do your warm-up, you start doing some combinations. You start doing also forms. And then you get deeper into the session, and it builds up. And then you do your full session, meaning you're fighting, your all type of exercise, your cardio, the whole works. And towards the end of the lesson, you start coming down, stretching out, breathing out, and that's how you end the lesson. Also, it's a lot of discipline. You need a lot of discipline. It's also good for kids that are being bullied. Kids that are being bullied, some of the kids that are fighting at this World Championship were kids that were in preschool or primary school. Their lunch were being taken from them. Their spending has been taken from them. Bullying is a big problem throughout the world. I won't say in South Africa, but throughout the world. Adults get bullied. And some of these fighters are kids that were bullied. And they are fighting in a World Championship now.
And I hope they're not taking the lunch now from the others.
No. That's why, for example, you come to my class. Whether it's my kids, whether it's any student, if you are late, you run 10 times around the building, you do 100 push-ups, and then you join the class. Yeah, there's no excuses. If you're sick, obviously we understand you missed class or something. But these students, the team that's going on, they've been training fantastically. They've been training over the years. I must thank all the instructors that are involved, the Vice President, Kancho Aslam Mahomed, our referees, Kancho Dani, Kancho Aslam Mahomed, Shian Razak, Shian Mohan Hira, Sensei Kiro, who's our team captain, Shian Jack Bosch, who's our team coach. I must thank my wife for having with management. We always forget our wives, but I must thank her for having the patience with me and my kids. My kids are also fighting. My brother-in-laws, my management, the entire official team that's coming. I think a big thank you. I must also send a thank you to Shian Abdullah, Shian Raymond for helping us prepare the team. There's a lot of people that are involved. Although there's 34 people leaving, 19 fighters participating in 84 events, a lot of work went into this. Planning this trip, getting things. I mean, the people from overseas, from England, they're going out of their way to welcome our team. We are 22 countries. They've given us a better hotel than themselves. Just to accommodate the foreign countries coming in. I mean, we're staying with Team USA, Canada, Australia, Austria, Team Nigeria is coming. We got one full contact fighter fighting for a world title there from Nigeria. So Africa will be rooting for them.
But also looking at the teams that are going there, I mean, looking from the Muslim perspective, Muslim representation with regards to this tournament that is taking place.
There's countries, Dubai is coming in as well. There's a team from Dubai. I think a team from India is coming. A team from Pakistan is on board. A South African team has a good contingent of Muslim competitors as well. And I mean, this is open to everyone, you know, and there's quite a bit of Muslim teams coming in as well.
I want to come back, Aslam, to the point of discipline. If you look at the similarities between Kung Fu or Karate, for example, like, you know, when people go, or small children go for Karate, they say, you know, discipline, discipline, discipline. Does kickboxing then give those principles of discipline, and what else can people take out from kickboxing besides the actual fighting, physical fighting?
You see, discipline-wise is that each instructor is different. If your instructor is aggressive, or he teaches you this aggressive approach to life, then you're not going to build a club of discipline. Immaterial of what sport, whether it's karate, kung fu, it could be swimming, it could be cricket, it could be soccer, anything. The instructor's role is the parent's role at home. If your parents don't instill discipline in you, that child will never have discipline. Same when you come to my club, or you come to our dojos, or any instructor for that matter, discipline is very, very important. What we do, the first thing is timing. If your child is late, there is punishment. So they know that they have to be on time, which is a sunnah. You know, being healthy, doing sports is a sunnah. So you know, we instill this in the child. We teach them, you've been bullied. You know how it feels to be bullied. Do not go and do that to someone else. You teach them about walk away from a problem. If you know, because you must be afraid of hurting the other person. These are the type of disciplines. Even dieting, you'll get kids that are overweight. We have kids that the parents give them 4 slices of lunch and juices and crisp, and your diet, you are what you eat.
Definitely.
For example, talking about discipline, I believe on another thing. As the president of the organization, as the person going forward, I say lead from the front. Don't lead from the back. A lot of leaders want to stand from the back and lead. I myself am participating in 9 events. I'm fighting in 9 divisions, doing 9 divisions. Why? Because they can say, my president is competing. He knows what it feels like to be in the ring. You know, so you lead, all leaders must lead from the front. And that comes to the discipline part of it. Like we have a time, what time you weigh in, what time you meet, what you must wear. Like now when we're going to the airport, everyone has a certain uniform dress code to go to. When we reach Dubai and then we fly off, the Durban and Johannesburg team merge as the South African team. We reach Birmingham airport, we go through immigration together. We reach the hotel, we have a workout together. The next morning is our weigh-in. We have a training session before we weigh in. Then we have a president's meeting, and then the tournament, the parade is on, and then the tournament begins. So all this is timing.
All right, speaking about time, we have about a few minutes left. Regarding your dojos and studios, I mean, across the country, how does kickboxing, in comparison to karate, for example, the dojos, how many dojos in South Africa?
For kickboxing, there's maybe about 500-600 dojos that's there. I have my dojo in Benoni, then Shian Jacques has his in Blackburn, Shian Raymond in Blackburn, Shian Mohan is in Lens, Shian Abdullah is in Lenasia, Kancho Allen is in Durban, Kancho Razak, he's in Durban. So there's in Cape Town, there's an organization called SACA, South African Kickboxing Association. All of us are all affiliated to this organization. That's the accredited organization for kickboxers in South Africa.
So kickboxing really not a small sport in South Africa then?
We had our South African essays in Cape Town, about 600 contestants, and that was just not anyone can just come and participate. You had to participate at your province level. From your province level, you would select 3 per division, and then you take them and fight in essay. So it's not that oh, this one's my son, that's my nephew, that's my niece, I can take you. No, you participate, you go through the different levels, your provincial level, then you go to your SA level, and then you are selected.
Alhamdulillah. Talking about leading from the front, you want to tell us how many tournaments you've won or belts you've won?
I've won 4 titles, world titles so far. I'm a 8-degree black belt. Although a belt means nothing to me, it's just a matter of how long you've been training, how you've been training. A lot of guys say, you 8 Dan. You know, it's not about 8 Dan. It's you must become more passive. The higher ranking you get, the more humble you must be. You mustn't become arrogant. That is important, not being arrogant in life. I've been competing from competitive level from the age 4, and I'm still competing. I've been training. I mean, we've been SA colors. We've been winning on a yearly basis. We fought internationally. We fought all over the USA, UK. We fought in Dubai, in China, Hong Kong, India, Pakistan. You can name it. We've been there to this tournament. So international standards we do have. Obviously, South Africa is still growing in the sport in comparison to countries like USA and the UK. Italy is well in advance. But Russia has the most kickboxers in the world. I think there's about 1 million kickboxers in Russia. I mean, in Russia, if you don't kickbox, you don't fight, you can't live. You know. So we're getting there. We're getting there. It's we will reach, inshallah, we will reach the top platforms, and we do have quite a bit of world champions in South Africa. I mean, in Lens, I train with Shian Abdullah. In his gym, I think half of his gym are world champions. So, I mean, we do have a lot of world champions in this country.
Talking about the level that you've reached, 8th Dan, Keith wants to know if you're outranked now, Bruce Lee.
No. I mean, Bruce Lee is a legend. Yeah, I mean, they've set martial arts. They've taken it to another level. I mean, we are, you can say, small fries, you know, in the sport. We are still learning. I believe, like my dad, he's 76 years old. He'll still tell me, I'm still a student. I'm still learning. You never know it all. You always. I mean, a small white belt can come in at your gym at 6 years old, and he can do a technique that's new, and you can learn from a small child. So I always say, never think you know it all. Always be humble, and always learn from someone else. Never think that you are the best. There's no sport, one sport that can say this is the best sport, or there's one style that is the best style. There's no one style that's the best. Everyone is good. It just depends how you train in the sport and how you take the sport forward.
Those are very pertinent lessons that you've made mention of, Aslam. We're now coming to the end of the interview. We believe one of your participants fell ill last night.
Yeah, one of our officials, Mohammed Badat, in fact, I give a humble appeal for him. He was actually going to come and help manage the team. And he got a seizure last night, and we had to rush him off to the hospital. In fact, from the studio, I'm going to take him to the doctors to check on his bloods. So it's a humble appeal to everyone, not only in South Africa, throughout the world, to just pray for him and make dua for him, that inshallah he can still make the flight, and the fight. So he even in his seizure stages, he's still saying, I want to come, I want to come. So I just I cross fingers for him, and I make dua for him that he gets better. And he's got like an hour, 2 hours now for the doctors to assess him to see whether he can come or not. If he's unfit, if he's sick, then we will leave him. And if everyone's duas comes in and Allah answers it, then he will make the flight. I mean, I'm very close to him. He's a nephew of mine as well. And I mean, he's been in the dojo with me. He's been, I won't say my water boy, but if I'm perspiring or anything, he's there, he's taking care of me. So I'm actually leaving my daughter behind, but I'm actually sad to leave my nephew, my official behind, you know. And it's just a matter of his health. His health comes first more than anything else.
Well, from your Morning Rush team, and I believe possibly all the ITV viewers, we wish you and your team the best for this tournament, and inshallah you will return with all the belts and achievements. Inshallah.
Inshallah, I just want to wish our team very well. You guys have trained hard. You've done the hard work. All you have to do is just, we're on a relaxation period. Let's go. Rest. We finish rest. We go in Thursday. We weigh in Friday. We take the mats and we do what we've been doing over the last year. We've been training hard. So let's go, and inshallah we bring the titles back to South Africa.
Aslam Mahomed, President of WMO South Africa, we say Jazakallah for joining us and taking up some of your precious time this morning. We know you're leaving for the airport, inshallah, in a few more hours. We bid you and your team a farewell and inshallah the best of luck.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You are watching a Morning Rush this Tuesday morning. Inshallah, we go for a break, followed by the Blitz News and the weather.